Sunshine State and TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They're going to look to throw. Room to run past midfield. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Back to throw. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. They go play action here on 1st down. Steps away. And some room to roam now. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
One thing to keep in mind, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's Watson. And he finds his man Griffin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Here's Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man of the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
One man in the backfield, that's Miller, 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer.
His path became similar to almost putting the ground and cut back.
Here's Miller. And back to the three. And a loss of 3.
Football, because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the serve? What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars getting set to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Ball bringing it in. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Now back to throw. Flushed out right. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
Detroit! Detroit! Everyone's got 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll set up to throw. He goes underneath for Yeldon. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Set! Green, 39! Green, 39!
Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Only a yard there, sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And now out comes Houston. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Reset. Tiger.
To throw on second is Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The Texans send the punter out. Back deep is DJ Chark. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. T.J. Yeldon, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And it's fielded at the 34. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Tiger, tiger, tiger. Down. Green the line. Green the line. Tiger, tiger, tiger.
Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach and our EA Sports halftime report. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here comes the Texans now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Now a first down throw. Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball. It doesn't work running the ball. And then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
Here's Watson now on second down. Going deep for Hopkins. It's caught inside the 25. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think got to be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. To throw on second down. Watson. This is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Bill O'Brien with a call here. We'll go for 2. They'll try and run it in with Miller. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And so they run it in on the two-point try. You know, it's so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the two-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for two. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Gun.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one complete to Yeldon. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Hey, come back. Tiger.
After the interception, here's Watson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Tiger.
Throwing again is Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Tiger. Richmond.
On 1st and 10, Watson buying time to his left. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Down. Black 22.
Watson operating from the gun. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Watson now from the gun. He'll throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
Watson now to throw. He's got Fuller. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. And I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And connecting here with DJ Shark. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hurry up, here we go!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Here's Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
And now out come the Jags. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Come back, come back.
On first down, Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. In for the score. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for...
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. In on the stop, Vernon Hargraves.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Gone.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Lee's got it over the middle. The 40, 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marquise Lee, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars get a score closer. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, right at the 30. Back to throw, Watson. Caught here by Griffin. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, here's Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. They give him a gain of 38.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
And the pitch goes to Miller. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Richmond.
On 2nd down, here's Watson looking for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. After the penalty, it's Miller. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. Throwing now, Watson. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
They begin with a run by Yeldon. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. And he is going to have the first down as he's up to his own 13-yard line. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. They keep it with Yeldon on 1st down. Yeldon fighting. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with 1 in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Texans, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now.